Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today I will do an individual presentation for subject Halal Audit HLC 2573. So my name is Aina Surfina binti Muhammad Zuzul and I am from the HI60. So before we proceed to the non-conformance, let me explain the scenario first. The scenario is, I have been appointed as a halal executive at LED Light Sendirian Berhad, which is factory that are specializing in the production of Chinese steam buns, which is we call as baozi, with a various fillings such as pistachio, red bean, and also chicken. This company is currently in the process of renewing its Malaysian halal certification. So, for them to ensure the compliance before the official third-party audit, I have been conduct an internal halal audit at their factory. During the on-site audit, I have identified 3 non-conformances that related to the manufacturing and also storage process. This non-conformance could potentially jeopardize the company health certification if we not address it before the official audit. So, this is the 3 NCR that I have found in this company. So, for the first NCR, the area of the NCR is located at the production area, and the person in charge for this area is Encik Hasnan, which is the production manager. For this area, I have found 2 NCR, which is present of dog in food preparation area and also damage and hold flow in the processing area. As madam can see in the picture, I have circled it in the red color. So, this condition can pose a serious risk, not just from a hygiene, but also can also affect the halal compliance perspective. The class relate for this area is from MPPHM Domestic 2020, and the clause is from General Requirement Premise, which is 17.8C and also 17.8E. And this NCR also is under major non-conformance, which is in clause 32.2C. Next, there is 2 root cause for this NCR, which is inadequate access control and also poor premise maintenance. So for the first point, which is inadequate access control, there is no sufficient barriers such as gates or door between the external area and also the production area and also the production floor. So this problem make it easy for animal to enter the premise and can cause a contamination to the product. Next is poor premise maintenance. The hole in the floor is because of a lack of regular inspection and also repair. So the crack or damaged flooring not only compromise safety, but it also provide hiding spot for contamination from the pest or any animal. To address the issue and also prevent contamination, we have proposed 4 corrective action. So the first one is remove the animal immediately from the area. This is the first step that most urgent to eliminate any direct contamination risk, because animal presence, especially dog, is strictly forbidden under the halal requirement. Number 2, install physical barriers such as gates or door. This is because physical control will help to prevent future intrusions. Number 3, conduct deep cleaning and also sanitation of affected area. Since a biological contaminant enter the premise, all surface must be sanitized to remove any potential pathogens. This is to ensure food products are safe and also hygiene. And the last one is review and revise the standard operating procedure SOP. A review of existing SOP is essential to identify gaps in the preventive measure, and this step can ensure systematic issues are addressed. Next, for non-conformance 2, the location is also at the production area and the person in charge is Encik Hasnan, which is the production manager. For this picture, we observe 2 NCR as shown in the picture, which is improper food handling without PPE and also presence of unclean mixer. Lack of proper PPE can expose food to the potential contamination, and unclean mixer also can compromise hygiene of the product. So, the clause relate for this non-conformance is from MPPHM Domestic 2020, and the clause is from General Requirement Workers, which is 17.9E, and also Machine and Equipment, which is from 17.5D. This NCR is also under Major Non-Conformance, which is clause 32.2C. Next, there are 2 main root causes behind this non-conformance. The first one is lack of hygiene training. Lack of hygiene training can make staff not fully understand why wearing PPE and also maintaining equipment cleanliness is important. This can reflect to the gap on the training rather than the intentional neglect. Number 2, absence of a structured cleaning SOP. The unclean mixer happen because the standard SOP are not being followed consistently. Without clear SOP, cleaning tasks may be skipped or done ineffectively. To address this non-conformance, 3 specific corrective actions are proposed. The first one is enforce strict PPE requirement. All food handlers must wear appropriate PPE including glove, mask and also apron. This is to prevent cross-contamination and ensure compliance with both food safety and also halal protocol. Number 2, conduct training for hygiene. All staff must be trained on the importance of personal hygiene and also cleanliness in food handling to help them to build awareness and also compliance-oriented mindset. And the last one is visually monitor compliance during the production. The supervisor will be tasked to actively observe and document PPE and also hygiene compliance during the operation. This adds accountability and also ensure the procedures are followed daily and not just during the audit. For the last non-conformance, the area is located at the dry raw material storage area and the person in charge for this area is Encik Azad, which is the storekeeper. So, the 2 non-conformances that have been identified during the audit is improper storage of food product and also improper segregation between the food and also non-food items. This thing can cause issue to food integrity and also violate the halal and also food safety standard that requires strict storage discipline. The clause related for this NCR is from MPPHM Domestic 2020 and the clause is from General Requirement Storage, which is 17.4G and also 17.4C. This NCR is under minor non-conformance, which is Clause 32(1)(e). Next, there is 2 root cause, which is ineffective SOP for storage and also limited storage space. For the first point, either a proper standard operating procedure is missing, unclear or not enforced. This result is inconsistent practice where some staff may store items based on their habit or also convenience rather than policy. This can cause more non-conformance happen. Next, limited storage space. When space is tight, staff may using any available surface, including table, but that doesn't mean to put that for a long-term storage, but this also can increase contamination risks and also compromise traceability. The solution may not be behavioral alone, it might require reorganizing layout or investing in more storage infrastructure. Lastly, the corrective action that need to be taken for this NCR is provide rack or pallet for proper food storage because food must be stored off the ground or table surface to minimize contamination risk. Elevating items also improve airflow and reduce pest exposure and also can comply with hygiene and halal standard. So using pallet or racks can formalize the storage process and reflect to the good manufacturing practice. Next, train staff on the correct storage practice. Improper storage often comes from a lack of awareness. This training can clarify the importance of practice such as elevation, segregation of non-food and also food items, and cleanliness expectation. Educated staff are less likely to repeat the violation. And the last one is implement visual control tools, for example like signage or marking. This is to provide visual clues like floor marking or color code labeled act as constant reminder. They can simplify compliance, reduce error, and also make it easy to spot when something is out of place without needing a supervisor to point it every time. So, that's all from me. Thank you, madam. Bye-bye.